That's from her latest album, which was cover versions of songs originally by The Who. The lady playing the violin is Daisy Jopling on 92.9 WBPM. Bob Miller and I introduced you to her last September. In fact, it was this week last September when she was here in this studio. Daisy's an amazing woman who lives in Peekskill down in Westchester. She's a world-renowned violinist, band leader, music composer, teacher, and mentor. She travels an awful lot, so we don't get to see very much of her, but performing her music around the world is a big passion. And with all that going on, she still finds time to be an advocate for the arts in the Hudson Valley, and Daisy has some very special concert performances coming up next week we wanted to let you know about. So I offered her the chance to come and be on the Rolling Home Show today. It is so great to talk to you again. I've been seeing you for a year.
I know, Randy. It's amazing to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Let me ask you, how have you been coping with this virus-ridden world we're living in this year? It's been crazy.
Our whole touring schedule, every single concert was cancelled. Finally, when the potential outside concerts opened up, I looked around for some venues and remembered that I'd met Tom Johnson, who is a historian at Bannerman Castle. It's right in the middle of the Hudson River, kind of around the level of Cold Spring. So I called up Tom and he's like, you know what, let's try something. And we have spent the last couple of months putting together a totally extraordinary event, which includes one of the greatest lighting designers in the world lighting up the castle. We're doing these shows on a full moon, the full harvest moon. My full band are going to be there. We've got 7 musicians. And as you so rightly said, Randy, you know, I'm all about normally mentoring musicians who then perform alongside professional musicians. Well, under our current conditions, what we've done is we've arranged 4 little stages around the island, and we're having the students perform before we start. So everything's incredibly controlled. Literally only 22 people are allowed to come to this show. You know, they're carefully led up this little path. There's gardens on the island. They sit on a little lawn, all socially distanced, watching a couple of student musicians who are playing with the backdrop of the castle in the sunset, in the evening sunlight, and then they walk up a little path, and we've got 3 dancers who we've been mentoring with an amazing dance choreographer, Belle Torres, who lives right here in Peekskill, who's traveled the world like amazing. And then we have a tour by Tom Johnson, this historian, who's got some surprises for you. And then everybody sits down at another stage where my full band are giving about a 90-minute performance. Everybody's given a meal, and then they're led further down the path to this light show on the castle with a live bagpiper.
And we should explain that you're doing this all to support some great local organizations and programs that are based in music.
That's absolutely right. I wanted to create something which is about people. You know, we're all going through this time when we're being tested in all kinds of ways. And I guess I want myself to know and us all to know that there's always a way through everything. There's always kind of magic, like the silver lining. And I wanted people to be able to come out. We're also filming it, so on the 10th of October, we're having the stream of our film so that people can just feel the fantasy and the magic and relax and kind of get back into the feeling of anything's possible and life is beautiful. Through everything, life is so beautiful. And all of the money also that people will pay to watch the stream is going to support local charities. 50% to the Bannerman Castle Trust, which preserves the island, and 50% to mentorship projects that we do. So what we've done is not only have students open for us each night, but we've also got amazing opportunities. We've already got students who are learning beatboxing and body percussion. We've got the dance choreography. We've got our violin students, and we've got also spaces left for students anywhere up to age 21 to be able to learn lighting design with Deke Kazurjan, Emmy award-winning, I mean, in my opinion, really one of the greatest lighting designers in the world. I'm completely in love with his genius work. It's difficult to describe, but it's magical. It's totally extraordinary. So to learn with him, we have moonlight photography. I think we have a space left there. And we have an amazing Tom Johnson also taught drawing and art at Irvington High School for 30 years. He's an incredible teacher, beautiful artist, and he's taking a couple of students onto Bannerman Island to learn perspective drawing. Everything very safe and socially distanced. We've got a couple of spots for students. So if you're out there and interested, please contact probably office@daisyjoplingfoundation.org would be best, and we'd love to welcome you into these really extraordinary mentorship opportunities, something just exciting, in this time when things can be challenging.
It's the Rolling Home Show at 92.9 WBPM. I'm Randy Turner. Our special guest from Peekskill is world-renowned violinist Daisy Jopling. I've known her for many, many years. We just introduced you to her last year when she released her cover album of Who songs called Who's Who, and that's been really a huge success for you.
Absolutely. I mean, we released it and got a kind of world tour organized, which then got cancelled. So we did a few concerts, including the concert at the Paramount last year, and we have another concert. I'm going to put it out there to the universe. It's going to happen. The next concert that we have planned is the 27th of February at the Paramount Hudson Valley. We're going to, let's put it out there that that's going to happen. So that's going to be another amazing local show.
But for right now, we are talking about the Illuminance concerts at Bannerman Island next week, September 30th through the 4th. Only 22 people attending each show, so it's like a private concert with Daisy, which I have to tell you, having spent many times in theaters watching her perform, it's really, really cool. BannermanCastle.org or 845-224-5331. You got the boat ride, the dance performances, 90 minutes with Daisy and her band. It's going to be a great thing. Let's play a song from the Who album that you did. I know you are such a big fan of performing Baba O'Reilly, and it's probably the most impressive thing I've actually seen you perform.
Love it.
It is just amazing. This is Daisy Jopling on the Rolling Home Show at 92.9 WBPM. It is Baba O'Reilly, but it's not the Who's version. It's Daisy Jopling's, one of our friends, a local musician from Peekskill, New York, world-renowned violinist, and doing some very special concert presentations next week for some music-based organizations. Daisy is a very active local mentor and teacher and music advocate and arts advocate, and she has the Daisy Jopling Music Mentorship Foundation, and some of the funding from that is going to support music programs here in the Hudson Valley, as well as support Bannerman Island. Once again, BannermanCastle.org. 845-224-5331. I have to tell you, if there's anyone who could put a positive spin on a completely horrible year, it's Daisy Jopling.
Thank you, Randy.
Nothing ever phases you. You are the happiest person that I know on this planet.
It's so beautiful you said that. Yeah, if you'd seen me an hour ago, we're doing everything very safe, so there's a lot to work out to make this performance really happen, and there are moments when I have asked myself, am I completely mad? But I always remind myself of why I'm doing it. It's really to create this extraordinary, totally unforgettable, beautiful art through everything.
And you know what it is? It's one thing to stage a one-night show in a theater, but it's another thing to stage an outdoor show. It's a completely different thing to stage it at someplace like Bannerman Island, which, let's be honest, that is probably one of the most unique places to stage a concert on Earth, and to be able to do several nights of it, September 30th through October 4th next week, that's a tall challenge for one person, but I know you're working with a whole team of people that are going to make it great.
I have the most incredible team. I can't tell you, Andy. I mean, every single person, because we have a lot of people involved. We have many more people involved in creating this than will actually come to the shows. We have tons of volunteers to get everything onto the island. The island has no electricity, so this huge generator today went out from White's Marina. A huge shout out for White's Marina. So many companies have helped us. Massive shout out to Entity. They've really helped make this happen. It's a huge project with the small amount of audience we're allowed. It's a big project. Let's put it like that. It's made possible by all our sponsors. I'm very, very, very grateful.
And again, only 22 people are attending each show. I highly encourage you to get tickets. I'm a big fan of Daisy. I love what she does, from the classical stuff to her own performances to the cover versions, the Who songs. She is phenomenal. And seeing her in a place like Bannerman Island next week is going to be the experience of a lifetime. It really is. BannermanCastle.org or 845-224-5331 to get tickets. The boat ride, the dance performance, the dinner, the 90-minute concert. It's going to be a wonderful experience, and I hope that you will take advantage of it. I am passing on my ticket so that others can go and you can make as much money as possible for your foundation and for Bannerman Island. So I thank you for the invite, but I'm not going to...
Yeah, 10th of October we're going to be streaming it, and the information about that is, again, daisyjoplingfoundation.org. The Hudson Valley is an amazing place, and we've got fantastic students, and we're going to nurture them in any way we can.
And you're amazing, and we appreciate you. Daisy Jopling, world-renowned violinist from Peekskill, New York. Bob Miller and I had a lovely studio visit with you this week, last September, when we debuted the Who's Who album. And if folks didn't get to hear that chat, it is on the on-demand page of our website, 929wbpm.com. Click the button up on top. up and scroll down. It's in there. Daisy, best wishes for next week's concerts, and thanks you for being on the Rollin' Home Show today.
So awesome to be here. Thank you so much for having me, Randy. You're the best.
From the Who's Who album, this is Daisy Jopling's version of Won't Get Fooled Again on the Rolling Home Show at 92.9 WBPM.